Welcome back. The Paul Smith College Adirondack Watershed Institute recently launched a program to help prevent the spread of invasive species in Adirondack waterways. And here to tell us more about that is Brett Wimsatt from that program. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you very much for having me on here. It's a real pleasure to be here.
Yeah, first tell me a little bit about the need for this program. What burden do aquatic species like invasive ones put on our waterways in the Adirondacks?
Sure, there's a number of reasons. So first off is many of these species are native to our region, and as they are introduced into our new waterways, they are outcompeting for native species, pushing out native vegetation, as well as aquatic insects and fish and things of that nature. So it causes an issue both on the native species that are there, but also has negative effects for us as humans recreating on those waterways as well.
And give people some examples. What are aquatic invasive species, for instance, that might already be here, and then which ones are you looking out for?
So we have a couple that are already here in the Adirondack waters that we call home here. And so some of those are Eurasian water milfoil, variable leaf milfoil, and then some of the small-bodied aquatic invasive animals such as zebra mussels. And so there are a few that aren't in our region yet that we're really looking to keep an eye out for, and one of those primary ones is hydrilla. So it's not known to be established here yet, but we're certainly making sure that it doesn't end up in our waterways anytime soon.
Now, talk about the contract you got from New York State. How will that help the environment in our region?
Sure. So we've been working with the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation now for about the last 8 or so years, working to manage their Adirondack region aquatic invasive species spread prevention program. And so what that is our most recent contract with them, which is about $13.2 million for the next 5 years, funding our program through 2027. The goal of that program is really to minimize the spread of aquatic invasive species all across the Adirondacks and New York through a combination of inspection of boats, education to the boating public, and watercraft decontamination at specific boat wash stations across the park.
And so then what can people do to help slow the spread of invasive species? What can they do to make your job easier?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. That's kind of what a lot of our work is all founded on at this point. And so really, ultimately, our stewards that are out in the field throughout the season, they're not able to inspect every boat that comes to the launch. We're there for 8 to 10 hours a day, 5 to 7 days a week. So there's plenty of hours that we're not there being able to inspect boats. So a lot of us being able to ensure that our waters stay clean drain, or free of aquatic invasive species comes down to the boater actually being able to ensure that their own boat is clean drain dry. So making sure that they're inspecting for aquatic invasive species, whether it's vegetation or potentially even standing water on the boat, making sure you're draining your bilge and your live wells so that we aren't having the potential for aquatic invasives to be transported from one water body to the next. So it all really comes down to just ensuring that your boat is clean, drain, dry each time you go out.
Good information there for boaters. Brett, thanks for your time.
Great. Thank you very much.